Hi, my name is Kavita. I'm here to explain the beer game which we have played by us earlier. Before I would get into the PPT, let me introduce my team members. It is myself, Basit, Nikhil and Chandu. So this would be the agenda of the game. That is the introduction, assumption, round 1, what are the challenges faced in round 1, round 2. In round 2 we are trying to implement teamwork and the strategy improvement and just-in-time implementation. In round 3, it is the conclusion and the recommendation. Okay, before I would get into the supply chain, let me explain you the basic fundamental elements in supply chain, that is factory, distributor, wholesaler and retailer. So, the product flow goes from factory to the customer and the information goes from customer to the factory. This is the assumption which we had done. Overall, the assumption was to ensure that the customer demands that are met with a minimum storage, avoiding the excess inventory. This game ran up to 20 weeks, divided into 3 periods, each consisting of 10 weeks. So, in period 1, there was no communication. In period 2, there was partial communication. In period 3, there was full communication. Wherein the inventory cost was $1 and the inventory storage was $2. So, the minimum restriction of ordering or producing is 1 unit per beer each week. So, the supply chain element is not run by a single organization. In round 1, we didn't have any details about the customer or the demand, so we had to use flexible strategy, which means that we had to adjust our inventory cost according to the customer demand, because of which there was high inventory cost and throughout the supply chain and the group of individuals. So in the beer game, the supply chain would vary. Now I would like to talk about the graph. Here you can see that the customer order is high and the inventory cost is low. On the other hand, the inventory cost is high and the customer orders are more. This happens just because there was no communication between the customer and the retailer, and there was unpredictable demand and low production and high inventory cost. So there are some areas which we had to overcome and improve in round 1. That was introduction to communication, reduce the inventory cost and storage cost, overcome the bullwhip effect, implementation of teamwork and cooperation, and moving towards lean strategies. Thank you.
My name is Basit. I'm here to talk about the challenges that we faced while playing the beer game. So the first one is the bullwhip effect. It's a supply chain error that creates false supply and demand fluctuation. So to give you a clear picture, in round 1, there was no communication, so we found lack of shortage of stock in cycle 7 and 8. And the second one is the safety stock in the supply chain management. It is also called a buffer stock in terms of supply chain management, which is to keep some extra stock to mitigate the risk of uncertainty and demand. However, this safety stock was achieved in round 2 and 3. Because of no communication, we were unable to achieve this challenge in round 1. And the third one is the 4 R's in the supply chain management. So basically the 4 R's stands for responsiveness, reliability, resilience and relationship. This challenge was effectively done in round 2 and 3. As I have told you earlier, we couldn't achieve the targets because of lack of communication. So now I am going to speak about round 2. In round 2, we proceed with partial communication with different elements in supply chain. The retailer and the wholesaler knew each other's inventory, similar to the distributor and the factory. The retailer and the distributor were still having problems as they were uncertain about their orders and inventory. However, they could make out the forecast with the data of previous 10 weeks and calculated risks compared to the inventory cost in round 1. Alright, so as you can see, we didn't have shortage in the graph, there is less variable in it. This is because of partial communication between factory and distributor and also between the retailer and the wholesaler. Also, for the inventory cost, retailer and the wholesaler had flexible inventory to fulfill the needs of customers' demand.
I'm going to explain the area of improvement in round 2. Enhanced communication, enhanced teamwork and cooperation with all the elements in supply chain, that is retailer, distributor, wholesaler and the factory. Integrate planning of production and deliveries. Implement supply chain strategy. Teamwork improvement, wherein it has communication network structure, perception and performance, creation of data. So in communication network, communication is most important in network structure. As we all know, in round 1 there was no communication. In round 1 there was no communication between the supply chain elements when compared to round 2. There was only partial communication between the wholesaler and the retailer, and also between the factory and the distributor. Perception and performance, as in round 1 there was no communication, wherein it led to the storage of bullwhip effect. As compared with round 1 and round 2, in round 2 there was partial communication between the factory and the distributor, and also between the retailer and the wholesaler, which led to inventory cost. And here comes the creation of data, which helps the whole supply chain strategy, where in round 1 there was no communication, in round 2 there was partial communication, in round 3 there was all communication between the whole supply chain element. The next I would like to talk about the strategy improvement. As we all know, in round 1 there was no communication element between the wholesaler and the retailer, also between the factory and the distributor, which creates a common link which leads to increase in profit, and which lead us to improvement in profit and also to achieve our common goals. So here comes the effective collaboration among the supply chain and reduced cost. When I talk about reduced cost, which is mainly the effective theory of overall collaboration of the cost. Now comes the implementation of just-in-time. JIT manufacturing is also known as just-in-time production or Toyota Production Systems. It was the first company which introduced just-in-time, which was developed in Japan in 1960s and 1970s. The main prospect or the main comeback of this just-in-time in Toyota companies is offering the good value to the customers, which creates a flow of products to and for. It has less usage of the assets and technologies, eliminating all types of waste and more reliable profit. Thank you.
Hi, this is Nikhil. I am here to explain about the lean strategy. Lean strategy is a systematic approach of eliminating wastage so that every step adds value of the customer and gives more benefit. Here we have explained the lean. That means L for less, E for enhance, A for analyze, N for numeric control. So in the round 1 we have used the lean strategy. In the round 1 we have no communication with anyone. So there was lot of fluctuation and in the inventory, and no understanding where the actual demand would be and arriving in what time. High dependency on the supply chain, slow movement of goods, more defect rates, unscheduled delays. In the round 1 we have got more risk, more uncertainty and less of profit. And in the round 2 we have partial communication. That means in the round 2, when there were two mutual understanding between the retailer and wholesaler. As a common supply chain, and the factory distributor can share the inventory and produce only to fulfill the demand. Reduction in inventory, less space requirement, less production cost. Shared profit, meeting customer demands on time, reliable profit. Understand supply chain and process alignment. So in the round 3 we have got full communication, and in the round 3 we have got time and we have the customers. We can expect how much the customer can, and we can expect the demand. So there was right cost, right place, right time and right material. And in the round 3 we have achieved so much of profit than in round 1. Thank you.
Hi, this is Chandu. So I'm going to explain the round 3. In round 3, we can see the graphs of customers order, shortage cost, inventory cost, and the total cost. And in customer order, you can see some communications between the supply chain elements, that is the factory conduct distributor, distributor with the wholesaler, and wholesaler with the retailer. And so the buyer knows each and everything about the inventory. So we look in the graph of the customer's order. It's always fluctuating. When you find a similar graph, it falls down in round 1 and 2 and 3. So we will have an idea to show the customers is going to order. And coming to the inventory cost, coming to the inventory cost, we have the data of the previous orders from round 1 and 2, and we know how the customer is going to order this. And the main idea is to have the cost efficiency production. And when we see the inventory graph from here, it only has 7. Where we see the inventory graph from 1 and 2, the second is going to the 25, and in round 1 and 2, there has gone up to only 12. And about the shortage cost, it's already 0 in the round 2 when they had the partial communication where it remains the same. And talking about the total costs, as you see in the graph, the third row in the cost is reduced about where there is in the profit. Like when you compare to the other graph, leaving to the retails, and there are some results in the round 3 when complete communication in the chain, in the customer's order where it is predictable, and inventory cost was further reduced. Profits were increased compared to the round 2, and production was consistent in fluctuating market. And there are some key points in the conclusion, like optimum recording and minimum inventory levels, demand distortion because of the optimization of the individual element of the supply chain, and the mitigation of the bullwhip effect and information exchange of inventory. For the optimum supply chain strategy, the information exchange in the supply chain according to the year 2004. And there are some recommendations like market-driven supply chain strategy, responsive business, like algae suppliers, relay customer demand across the supply chain network. So there are some references we have to prepare this slide. And these are the references we have used for this. And thank you.